And we're going to kick things off with the front page of Saturday's Guardian. Dan, what have they gone for?
Well, on the face of it, it looks like quite a positive story, you'd think. The Treasury is considering a proposal to massively expand free childcare for 1- and 2-year-olds in England in a move that would cost billions. The Department of Education officials have submitted a plan for a free 30 hours a week entitlement for working parents. And yeah, they're expanding this free childcare, which to me looks like they're preparing for a general election.
Yeah,
maybe
maybe
there's
a bribe.
Yeah, maybe there's been some focus groups and mothers are unlikely to be voting Tory at the moment, something like that. But there's a lot more problems that come into this. I've got 2 young daughters, and you know I'm a little bit in tune with what they've got to deal with, these places, and the funding doesn't exactly cover the service that they've got. So by chucking more funding in there, more people, more kids in there, it could be hard for them to manage.
I mean, it's really hard. If they're thinking of seriously doing this for absolutely everyone who has kids, small children, isn't it? That's what they're talking about. I mean, I understand it's difficult, but this is going to be expensive. Where is the money coming from, Nick?
Yeah, well, that is a key question. It sounds nice, but how can we afford it when we know over half the country are taking more out than they're putting in tax? We found out the other day. So one wonders where the money's going to come from. Then again, in the long term, the idea is it's going to make money. As Robin Walker is saying here, you've got to consider how much it will save through increased economic activity. So in the long term, of course, there's that. And also, we do have low birth rates, so we do need to incentivise having children in every way possible.
Is that what this is about, you think?
I think it's about that. I'm just broadening it to, if you think about it, you don't want to create disincentives for people to have kids, like if they can't, if they're worried about childcare or something like that. I'm just saying everything should be done to make things easier for people with kids. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to have them, but everyone else should.
But you might now.
Yeah,
but this make you want to. Yeah, you could have them now, and you could afford to have them. Dan, I mean, your theory is interesting that this is them trying to. This is one of the many things that the Tories are going to try and do to desperately win back voters. Although, what's the point? I mean, like,
I think it's like a last-ditched attempt, and I don't think it's going to work personally myself.
Me either.